Once upon a time, not so very long ago, there was a little railway called the Mid-Sodor. There were 4 engines who ran the line: Stuart, Falcon, Freddy, and Duke. Duke was the oldest of them, named for his grace the Duke of Sodor. He took pride in this, and would always try to keep the young engines in order. Many engines came and went, but Duke outlasted them all. Stuart and Falcon took to calling him Grandpuff. They admired him, but got quite sick of hearing about his grace. They would often chant, "Engines come and engines go, Grandpuff goes on forever." "You impertinent scallywags, I'm lucky to get to go on, and you two are as well. Some engines never get their chance. Engines like Proteus." "Oh, Grandpuff, whatever do you mean?" "Proteus never got his time. This was before you two arrived, and shortly after Smudger was converted to a generator. Proteus was Smudger's replacement. When he arrived, he was very prideful and wanted to prove his worth." "All right, Proteus, I've got a job for you. Since you are new here, I'll start you off simple. You shall collect slate trucks from the incline and bring it to the wharf." "Trucks? But I'm much more suited for passengers, sir. Have Duke take the trucks." "You're still new here, Proteus. You don't know the line quite as well as Duke. I think starting you off simple will help you learn the line a bit." "All right, sir. I'll take the trucks." Trucks. Ugh, the shame of it. Passengers are much more suited for me. Proteus was so caught up in his arrogance that he hadn't bothered to check if he was uncoupled from the trucks. The incline began to slowly pull him up. "What the? Oh no, the incline! It's got me!" I returned to see Proteus being dragged up the incline. Suddenly, the incline couldn't hold anymore, and Proteus's coupling snapped. "Help! Proteus!" I chased after him, but unfortunately I wasn't fast enough. At the edge of the quarry was a deep chasm. Proteus hit the buffers and went over the edge. I never saw him again. But some say late at night you can see Proteus atop the incline, but he soon fades away into nothing. So be thankful that you young'uns still have your chance to work. Engines like Proteus never got their chance. No sign of the engine anywhere. Well, it's got to be around here somewhere. Engines don't just disappear when they derail. Keep looking, Robert. I'm still not seeing anything. What about you? Robert, come look at this. Whoa, is that what I think it is? Seems like it. But how can his lamp have been the only thing left here? I'm not sure. What happened? I don't know. But this is no ordinary lamp. What do you mean? I saw things. Things I can't quite explain, nor understand. So, what do we do with it? I suggest we leave it be. Something tells me we won't find that engine. But Some say Proteus can still be seen at night atop the incline, but soon he fades away. You're still telling that story, Duncan? I seem to recall a certain other yellow engine being scared speechless after I told that story. Proteus is a cautionary tale, anyway. Now, get some rest, you young'uns. I hear Mr. Percival has an announcement for all of us tomorrow. We better be wide awake for that.
Everyone, I've gathered you all here for a special announcement. Soon there will be a familiar engine returning to the Skarloey Railway. Familiar? Who is it, sir? His name is Freddy.
You mean Fearless Freddy?
The very same, Duke. Who's Fearless Freddy?
Freddy used to work on the MusicOfSodor with me, Peter, Sam, and Sir Handel. We called him Fearless because he was quite the daredevil on the MusicOfSodor Railway. Not afraid to run up and down the hills at breakneck speeds. It was astonishing. But when hard times came, he got bought by a private company. I just can't believe he's returning after all these years. We'll have so much catching up to do.
When is Freddy returning, sir? He'll arrive tomorrow at the transfer yards. As of now, from what I hear, he's still getting some restoration done. Now, let's all get back to work. We still have a railway to run.
I still can't believe that Freddy is returning after all these years. It'll be so nice to see him again. Where am I? Who in the... Show yourself! No, it can't be.
Oh, but it is. Hello again, Duke. Long time no see.
You can't be here.
That's just the thing, Grandpuff. I'm not here. Not physically, anyway.
What are you doing here?
Not much. Just preparing for the big day.
What day?
The day where I get to be whole once more. Finally show myself to the world. And I anticipate that moment coming quite soon.
What do you mean?
Oh, you'll find out soon enough, Grandpuff. See you soon.
It was only a dream. Freddy, welcome back. Fearless Freddy is back. And is that Stuart and Falcon I see as well?
Actually, it's Sir Handel now. And I go by Peter Sam.
Well, seems a lot has changed since I last saw you three. There certainly is some catching up to do, no doubt.
So what have you been up to all these years, Freddy?
Oh, now where do I begin? After I was bought out by the private company, I was taken to the docks and placed on a ship. The ship sailed for days, but I don't recall much of the trip. I slept through a lot of it. When I awoke, I found myself on dry land. I worked on that railway for many years. The scenery was exquisite, and the engines were very kind. Eventually, though, my controller came into contact with Mr. Percival, who said I would recognize many of the engines here. My controller and I both decided to send me back, and I was quite excited to be able to see you all again. It was hard to say goodbye to the private railway, but I knew that you would all welcome me back, and that I'd be happy to reunite with you all once again. And I can see there are many new faces to get acquainted with here. It's good to have you back home, fearless Freddy. Good to be home, Duke. Having Freddy back on the railway is really bringing me back to the old days. It's nice to see him again. Any other things to share? Well, Duncan's been telling Proteus's story again recently. Really? I could have sworn you told me he was scared of Proteus. Not anymore, it would seem. It seems like Proteus's story has some sort of sticking power. Sticking power is right. I saw him in a dream recently. Well, more of a nightmare, really. Is that so? Yes, it was strange, to say the least. What happened? I was on a track with buffers on each end, and suddenly I came face to face with Proteus. He said he had been waiting for his day to return, how he'd be able to finally show himself to the world. It had to have been a dream, right? You know, I used to have a friend who indulged himself with Proteus. Really? Who? His name was Burnett Stone. What happened? It was long ago. He and I were at Proteus's crash site. We were wondering how he just seemed to up and disappear with no trace. Suddenly, Burnett stumbled upon Proteus's lamp. How? Proteus's engine was lost. I'd assume his lamp was the same. I'm not entirely sure myself, but he said the lamp was very unordinary. He saw things he couldn't explain, so he left the lamp alone, until one day. You said that we would let the lamp be. But there's something about this lamp, something alluring. I want to study it, see what I can find out. I don't think there was a single day he wasn't journaling something about the lamp. I myself stayed out of it. He became increasingly distant from me, and eventually we stopped visiting each other altogether. The lamp had gotten to him. As far as I know, he's never made a public appearance after that. So what do you think my dream means? I'm not sure, but perhaps it was just a nightmare. But it felt very real. Dreams seem very real when we have them, especially nightmares. But if you keep having these nightmares about Proteus, I'd be worried. Until then, it's safe to assume it was nothing more than just a nightmare. You're right. Perhaps it means nothing. Thank you, sir. I feel a little better. Something on your mind, Sir Handel? I've been thinking a lot recently. What about? About Proteus and his story. Do you think that what Duke's been saying is true? I'm not sure. Duke always likes to say Proteus is a cautionary tale. But who's to say if he is still roaming the incline or not? I've been thinking about it a lot lately, and part of me wants to finally find out if it's true or not. Do you think he still roams the incline at night? I'm not ruling out that possibility. My morbid curiosity has me intrigued. If you do go searching for his ghost, at least be careful. If he is real, who knows what he could be capable of? I'll be cautious, Peter Sam. Don't worry. Now we'll see if this ghost is real. All
right, Proteus. If you're real, you'll show yourself to me. Okay, how about now? Well, seems like Duke can't get his story straight. What a bust.
Hello there, huh? Typical.
I can't wait to tell old Grandpuff that Proteus was a fake.
A fake, huh?
Gah! What the... No way.
Hello, Sir Handel.
You're real?
As real as the rails you run on, chap.
This is surreal.
Hello, Peter Sam.
Hello, Duke.
Say, do you know where Sir Handel is? Usually he's in the sheds by now.
Well, Sir Handel and I were chatting earlier. He said he was thinking a lot about Proteus.
Is that so?
Yes, he said he was curious if he was real or not. My guess is he went searching for Proteus's ghost.
Oh, that engine. I ought to talk some sense into him.
I think I'd better hurry back. The other engines will start wondering where I've gone.
I think you'll find this is not the last time we'll meet.
What?
To you I leave this final curtain, but not without a mystery uncertain. For deep within this quaint line lies a lantern so sublime. Find it, and we'll meet again. But for now, I remain.
How very odd.
Hello, Sir Handel. I noticed you didn't come back to the sheds last night.
It was a long day at the quarry. I ended up staying very late, so I slept in one of the spare sheds there.
The quarry, huh?
Yep, a lot of hard work had to be done.
Peter Sam said you had Proteus's ghost on your mind. Did you?
Well, I was only curious if his ghost was real or not.
Is that why you stayed so late at the quarry last night?
Well, partly.
So, did you see Proteus on the incline?
No, I didn't. Turns out your little ghost is fake after all, Grandpuff.
You should still abide by the lesson that story has.
Deep inside this quaint line lies a lantern so sublime. Whatever that means. He could have at least told me where specifically to look.
Very stuck-up engine, isn't he? But it doesn't matter. I know he'll find it eventually.